We're gonna jump right in, feet hip width distance apart or even slightly wider if you'd like. And we're just gonna roll down slowly and just dangle. You can grab the opposite elbows or just let the entire arm just hang if you'd like. You can kind of sway from side to side or stay in the center. But here we just want to open up the back of the body, the legs. Take a little pressure off of the low back, especially if you've been sitting, whether you've been on the train, plane, car. And we're going to slowly roll up. And we're going to come even wider. Nice wide position. And let's start to get the side of our body. So reaching up and over. Trying to think of your heart going towards the ceiling. Come back up. Same thing, other side. Remembering to breathe, stay in touch with your inhale and your exhale throughout this whole entire stretch. Release, come right back up. And we're gonna roll straight down through the center like we did on the feet hip width apart, just wider. And then you're gonna take your hands, walk them over to your right side. You can grab the ankle, leave the hands on the floor, maybe bring the hands to the shin, maybe the back of the knee. Depending on where your flexibility is and how you're feeling, figure out what is a good spot for you to get a good stretch in. Go ahead and walk your hands to the other side. Same thing. Really trying to open up those hamstrings. Now, as you're on that left side, just go ahead and turn at that foot and just come to a nice deep lunge, dropping that back knee onto your mat. Letting that right hip drop towards the floor, getting into the hip flexor. And we're just going to shift slightly. Make sure that that left knee is on top of the ankle. You saw me tuck that booty in and bring my chin down. From here, all you're doing is leaning slightly forward onto that left leg, feeling that hip flexor stretch in the right side. And then go ahead and bring your arm up if you're comfortable, slightly reaching over towards the left. This can feel a little intense to some, but it's such a good stretch to really open up that hip flexor. Same thing, other side, just switching your feet. Bring that other foot in between your hands. Get into a nice deep lunge with that back knee on the floor. Awesome, we're gonna do that slight shift again. Pull that foot back just a tiny bit. That right knee on top of the right ankle. Tuck that booty under, chin down. First shift forward a little bit just to feel that initial hip flexor stretch. If that's good enough for you, hold it there. If you feel like you want a little bit more, go ahead and reach that left arm up and over towards that right leg. Great, we're gonna come out, hands and knees. Go ahead and find a big inhale as you let the belly drop towards the floor. And release. One more cat and cow. Inhale. And exhale. Push away from the floor. Go ahead and walk your hands out in front of you. Keep those hips right above your knees so we're not sitting back onto our heels like a child's pose. Letting that chest release towards the floor, forehead to the mat. If you're like me, you're probably gonna feel this in your shoulders. Definitely gonna feel opening in the chest, a stretch in that upper back. Exactly what we need after we've been sitting or hunched over in the same position for quite some time. Take your time. Make your way onto your stomach, placing the head on the left arm for support and grabbing that right foot with the right hand. We're just gonna find a simple quad stretch here. After you've been sitting for so long, just moving your body in general feels good, so that's why we started standing, and now we're making our way down, getting into the hip flexors and our quads and all that good stuff. Go ahead and release. Same thing on the other side. Trying to keep that pelvis towards the mat so you don't want the booty to pop up. Beautiful. We're going to find another chest opener. This one, take that right arm, 90-degree angle. Take that left hand in front of you and just roll over onto your right side. Very simple. You can bend the legs here and keep it simple. And you're gonna feel in the area of your chest, your pecs, a little bit of a stretch. Some might even feel it in the armpit area. That's exactly what we're going for here. Release that and do the same exact thing other side. Using that right hand for support. This is an area we tend to forget about, so this stretch always just feels so amazing to me. It's such a relief. Gently come out of that stretch and we're going to find our way onto our backs. Find your figure 4 with your right foot on top of that left knee. Make sure to flex your right foot so that you are protecting that right knee. And all you're doing is gently pulling that left knee towards your chest. If you want something a little deeper, you can even gently take that right hand and press that right knee open or use that right elbow. Really getting into that glute and the outside of the hip here. This is great for when we've been sitting down entirely too long. Same thing, other side, switch feet. You can grab the outside of the knee or grab underneath the knee, behind the knee. Go ahead and come out of that stretch. Go ahead and take your right knee. Now here, I'm gonna let you do any twist that you feel like you wanna do. So you can have both knees coming to the side. I chose to straighten the left leg and take my right knee across the body. whatever twist you're comfortable with today, go for it. You can look towards the ceiling or towards that opposite hand. You can look over to the right hand. Trying to keep both shoulders as close to the mat as you can, so try not to get that right shoulder to pop up off the mat. Gently come back to the center, switch legs, or go to the other side if you were doing both legs. And just let the knees fall across the body. Left arm open to the side. Excuse the noise. The middle of the day in LA and there's just so much action. Come back to the center. Go ahead and release the leg. And friends, you are all set. I hope you feel a little bit better after your flight or your trip on the train or your long work day. Be well, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next video.